Thank you for joining Goose Gotcha Entertainment. Good morning from Petersburg, Virginia, where we keep all things good. I'm your host, Marquez Good. Today, unfortunately, my co-host couldn't be here this morning, Cam Taylor. He has some connection and travel issues. Hope him safe, will travel back home to the state of Virginia. Not only that, we do have a guest speaker, one or two. We might have two possibly today. We have to see how that goes throughout the day now. First off, I would like to just take a moment and just send my thoughts and prayers to the families of the victims that were impacted by the Pittsburgh synagogue shooting yesterday, where a gunman opened fire and killed 11 victims yesterday. The ages range from 54 to 90 years of age. So these are somebody's grandparents, somebody's parents, somebody's aunts and uncles that were killed by an act of senselessness. And just thoughts and prayers to that family. I just want to take a moment and say that because that's happening in the real world, far out of sports, but just generally the real world. But back to the NFL, my man Marcus Ojalayo is here with me today. I have another guest speaker that's thinking about coming in and chiming in sooner or later. But let's get started. Let's get in the hot seat. First, let's recap the Dolphins and Texans game. I have YouTube also running, so you should see my link there. Check me out there too. If you know friends or families that cannot see it on here, check me out. I'm on both of them, on everywhere you can find me. The recap, this game was really not impacted by injuries, as you can see. The quarterback situation for the Dolphins, it's a must-needed change. They need to have him back. Let's see. I got somebody coming in. Let's see if his connection's great. I got my other person, guest speaker, Reginald Boston, should be coming in pretty soon. He's a good friend of mine here from Virginia State University. But Brock Osweiler, he looked pretty decent overall. Don't get me wrong. But he did throw an interception. He was saved by, indeed, the tuck rule. If the tuck rule is still in effect, I still think he was set because he threw the ball, but when he brought it back into his body, that becomes a fumble, folks. I can't believe they even did that. That was a forced fumble. I believe that review was completely wrong. I believe. But also he was back. Brock Osweiler was backed by a great running back, Drake. Not Drake the singer, but Drake, which he collected a touchdown, 12 carries, 58 yards. That's 4.8 yards a carry. But I will have that. I will be having the Panthers game coming up soon. I got lots to say about that game, so stay tuned. Meanwhile, in Houston, Deshaun Watson had a lights out game. I'm talking about 5 touchdowns. This man is a young quarterback. I see great potential in him in the future. He has such mistakes. Don't get me wrong. But he was 16 of 20, 239 yards. But he then has a 7-year veteran, Lamar Miller, sitting in the backfield helping him out. He had a solid game. 18 carries, 133 yards.
Wow.
That's out. That's lights out. And a touchdown, meanwhile. That's 7.4 yards a carry. The hardest hit the Texans took, as you saw, I do all kinds of sports talk throughout the week, and I keep you updated. Will Fuller is out with a torn ACL. He was out for the season. So that's a cut within itself. Not to mention the Texans lost three back-to-back games, but they are now in that cup in that same district where they're winning. They're winning out. It's 5 games in a row. That's the best thing. That game right there, I mean, overall recapping that game, it was amazing in my point of view. I mean, it was a good game, good overall defensive, offensive game. And Will Fuller did go out, but it still didn't show the impact of it. That was the best thing. But do you have anything to say about that game?
Yes. Due to that Dolphins and Texans game, it turned into a good game. But Deshaun Watson, he was just able to do what Deshaun Watson do, and that's make plays with his feet and also make plays with his arm. I mean, 5 touchdowns?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive for a nice, smart individual. Due to the fact that Will Fuller is more than likely he's going to miss the season with a torn ACL, we still got DeAndre Hopkins.
That's a bad man.
He is a bad man. So I feel like if Deshaun Watson can continue to make plays, not only with DeAndre Hopkins, continue to make plays, not only with DeAndre Hopkins, but also with the running back, it's going to be a good road for them.
Now you see the Eagles and Jags games going on right now. It's a field goal game, a long, lengthy field goal game, as you may say. I do indeed have the Eagles winning that game. It does look, but like I said, I had my notes prepared for it. I forgot it was a 9:00 game, but I'm going to say that both teams are under 500, standing at 3-4. These two teams have a hard time scoring 21 points. Crying out loud, look at the game. The Jags in this game, unfortunate that they have mentioned earlier, the secondary is banged up. Then they had a little altercation going on outside of the club. When your players go out in public, make sure they stay professional. This is professional league. You get paid money. You shouldn't have, oh my goodness, you shouldn't have trouble going out in public and not paying your bill. Now you're suffering consequences that put your team in a worse predicament. You can't do that. You simply cannot do that. But the same thing is that this game is impacted by a lot of injuries. Sproles is out with a hamstring. Sidney Jones is out with a hamstring. Corey Graham is out with a neck injury. The Jags, Leonard Fournette's out. Hayden is playing, but he's banged up. This game overall is just crazy. It's killing me that this game is the way it is. It should be close. I had a whole lot crazier score than what was predicted. But we're not going to speak of that right now. That's not the main thing. But the main thing is how disrespectful the Jags defense is being right now. But this game's going to be a field goal game all the way through because it's tough. It's tough and physical game. And I got the Eagles winning at least 7 points on the boards. But this will be a good game.
I agree. I believe this is going to be a good game. I mean, the Jags also, they missing a lot of key players, like you said, Leonard Fournette. Also, their cornerback, AJ Boye, another cornerback, which hurt, and also a tight end. So, due to those injuries, I still feel that it's going to be a closer game, but I got the Eagles topping it off.
Meanwhile, in Chicago, the Jets are with the Bears. This game has a lot of injuries within itself too. I don't even want to even pinpoint that, but the fact that Khalil Mack is still with the ankle injury, we have to see how that impacts his overall game. I'm definitely done. I wish Greg was on here to see this. I know for some reason our connection's bad. I'm trying to work on that too. Check me out on some technical difficulties. I see it a little bit for some reason. I don't know, but I'm gonna check on that. I'm gonna work on that also. But I'm definitely done with the Jets. This game, with no doubt in my mind, every time I select them, they are a complete failure. And to get torched by the Vikings, the Jets are just a complete scrub. This is just outrageous. They didn't score at least 21 points. Are you kidding me? The Jets should pack up and call the season just after this game. Meanwhile, Chicago, Trubisky came out 1 yard short of a desperation Hail Mary attempt to pass and connect with Kevin White. But you could get additional yardage needed. You couldn't get that additional yardage needed. Let me see. My boy about to try to chime in. Let's see if he can chime in. But the game would taught the Bears a lot. Don't get me wrong. They did teach them a lot. I got my friend Reginald Boston joining in. I know my connection problem is a little crazy. I don't know what's going on. That's that Virginia State University connection. That simple play is the reason that the Bears will beat the Jets. They learned a lot. Well, Reggie, what you got to say about that game? Bears and Jets.
Give them credit. They have a good offense out there, and I feel that they should pull the one out against the Bears.
But in the same sense that, so you think the Jets, you think so you telling me the fact that you think the Jets are going to win or the Bears?
Jets.
Do you think the Jets are going to have the audacity to go down in Chicago and go on the road in a hard-fought game with Sam Darnold?
Yes.
And beat the Chicago Bears?
Yes.
That to me is crazy. Because I honestly think with the injuries that the Jets got, if I'm looking at my stuff right, my stats and stuff right, that they are injured on the defensive side of the ball. And this is going to be very good. I'm going with the Bears. You see why I'm defending the Bears, because the Bears got a great overall team in this sense, which I'm still stuck on the fact that you want the Jets to win.
I mean, my godfather's a Jets fan, so I'm going to support him on that. I mean, they've always had ups and downs, but you got to support them.
I feel you. Mark, what you got to say in that game?
I think the Jets is just they're just doing bad at this point. I mean, looking at quarterback Sam Darnold, he got more interceptions than he do with touchdowns.
I mean,
Then also, there's starting running back is out, which means Trenton Cannon, Virginia State's alumni, is going to have his chance.
Yeah.
Now I applaud him for getting his shine, getting his chance, but I don't see them topping off the Bears. I just don't see it. I do see it being maybe a close game, but I think the Bears would capitalize.
Well, I do feel that the Bears showed me against the Patriots that they can play well, but in a crucial clutch moment, they can't win it.
But you got a poor performance quarterback in Sam Darnold. He's matching 10 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. Crying out loud, this dude had 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions last week. My God, did you come on here and you tell me that they will lose? I'm a Packers fan, and I honestly want the Bears to lose. But in this case, I know it's not going to happen. I just know it's not going to happen.
Do you feel just because he's had performance of scoring 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions? Okay.
It's Sam Darnold. He's a young quarterback. He's not. Trubisky's young, but he's more smarter. The fact is that you have the audacity to say that these Jets have any chance today. The game shouldn't be close. That's what I think. And with the Bears ringing out like they are on the offense side, it's going to happen.
It might be one of those games that surprise you.
I don't think this is one of the games. Not today.
TV and be like, well, I didn't think the Jets could beat them. You don't know. How the team shows up. It all depends what team shows up.
We'll definitely see. But moving on, because I don't want to talk too much more about them doggone Bears and Jets game because I'm tired of it. Chicago, Darvin. Bucks and Bengals. Injury report is kind of more leaning towards the Bengals. John Ross is questionable. You got Burfict, he's questionable, or he might be out. You got a couple people that's kind of on the defensive side more leaning and it's hurting them. But the Bengal fans, I understand your team is powerful offensively. We know what you got with Andy Dalton, and we know what you got with AJ Green. But with the defense having so many absences today's game, it's going to be difficult to stop the air assault. I'm talking about the air assault from the Bucks, because you know how the Bucks can rein in. I mean, they give up some points because they reined in on the Saints and they reined in on some other teams this year. And it was with Fitzmagic and it's with Winston, so it's kind of nothing new. I think that the Bucks have a lot to offer this game. They should come out with this game today offensively, but we know their defense can give up some points. Don't get me wrong. This damn thing. But in the same sense, it's just the Bengals defense will give up defensively with these injuries. It's going to hurt them today. I can't see the Bengals coming out of this one. But it will be a great, great offensive matchup between both teams. Well, I believe obvious saying Andy Dalton is going to make some common sense throws to benefit the Bengals, which it should do that. But the fall short to the Bucks, I think the game is going to come down to probably 7 to maybe 10 points. So I'm saying the Bucks will win, but it's going to be going down to a goal line ending. It's not going to be like, oh, we're getting a long field goal. It's going to be one of them 2 minutes kickoff. We're going down the field. Who can match it? Who can match it?
I would say that Tampa Bay can pull out a win against the Bucks. I'm sorry. Tampa Bay should be able to pull a win out against the Bengals. We saw in the last couple games how the Bengals play. If you end the ball on Andy Dalton looked scared, and then the Chiefs abused him. So there was a lot of flaws. Just because the Bengals have started off very well doesn't mean they're gonna finish well. And we've seen them start off. They win games. They had a chance to make it to the playoffs, but then Andy Dalton get scared. So this would be a game for Tampa Bay. It just might be a game where they have something to prove. So it might go back and forth. It might come to a touchdown.
That's what I think. It's gonna be one of them games. And the game might go down and be crazy. I mean, I might be saying defensive right now. I mean, the defensive lacking the ability, but it might be the defense, the younger guys that come out and kind of show them that umbrella effect. But I don't see it in this game today. With the Bengals having their leaders, having their veterans be out, I can't really see their defense really doing anything. Because you can have a defense and have some leaders out, and them little bit of leaders that's in there and captains in there take control of the situation. But now you got several leaders out on one side of the ball. It's going to be trouble. It counts none but trouble.
There's no doubt in my mind that Andy Dalton and AJ Green has that good chemistry together. However, this could be a huge problem with the Bengals defensively. And you start to question, like, how is the Bengals defense going to stop Jameis Winston? How is the Bengals defense going to stop Mike Evans? How is the Bengals defense going to stop Deshaun Jackson?
Truly, the really questionable thing today, sorry to cut you off, but Deshaun Jackson has just requested a trade from the Bucs. So, and the Bucs just said, we're not going to give it to you all in the same morning this morning. So it's kind of a mixed emotions about the wide receiver question, because Deshaun Jackson is, again, one of their key receivers. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
But this sense right here that you have a insecure receiver that don't want to be with your team and you're trying to hold him there, he's going to cost you a game.
But the finish, well, I just said a few moments ago, how is the Bengals going to be able to stop that Bucs offense? Now, I know we talked about the Fitzmagic and all of that, but Jameis Winston is bad. I think this is this game where he might impress me against this Bengals defense. So I got the Bucs possibly winning against the Bengals today.
Well, let's move.
I need to see more Andy Dalton. I need him to be more out there in the offense. There's no offense, Andy Dalton, great quarterback, but he ain't there yet. He's not.
He's not.
He will never be at that level like Drew Brees. He'll never be at that level.
He can't.
I remember when he was getting drafted, he used to compare to Drew Brees, but he's not there yet.
No, I agree.
He won't be there. And he won't be there.
I can't see it. I mean, obviously, we all say the same thing. We got the Bucks defeating the Bengals at home, so that's a good thing. But on to the next. Seattle versus the Lions in Detroit. Detroit do not have their running back. Both teams are 500. Overall, better team in this game.
I'm saying Detroit.
I have to say the better team in this game is the Lions due to the fact that the Lions defense has played lights out at times, playing against Bill Belichick and his defense, which Cam would say if Cam was here, he would have a lot to say about this because I'm finally agreeing with the Lions, and he's going to definitely comment. Although Russell and company have been playing exceptionally well, they barely lost 33-31 to the Rams. So they almost beat the best team in the NFL, but just came up short. And I know what Russell can do because he showed it multiple times. Don't get me wrong. But in this game right here, defense, and then you got Malachi Kendricks. He's ruled out by suspension, so that's another takeaway from Seattle. I believe that the Lions will win this game, not just because, okay, the Lions beat the Patriots. Ooh, whoop-de-doo, it's one team. But it's the fact that overall, coaching-wise, overall player-wise, smarter quarterback goes to Stafford because, I mean, we know Russell can get caught up in the run game, and he will be tormented in the running game. And that's what I think is going to hurt them today. I think Lions going to win this game by at least – they might win this game by 17 points. So I'm giving them broad thing.
I agree.
I won't say it'll be a high-scoring game. I say it's going to be a dogfight. I'll say that maybe Steve try to do some special plays to get over the lines, but it's going to come down to a field goal.
So you telling me that you don't think that Russell Wilson will throw at least 2 interceptions today?
Not two. I'll say he might just throw 1 interception, but he'll rush for a touchdown, and then he'll find his receivers and go out there and score. Because Seattle might pull out a win today. They got something to prove.
That's going to be kind of interesting to see. I really do want to see that game. I hope that one of the games is on feet. But we do have this the game that y'all know I'm all about. I'm all about my Chiefs when it comes to the Chiefs. I'm a Packers fan at heart, but the fact that Patrick Mahomes is at home, the Broncos are coming to his house. We know what he did against the Broncos, being down 10 points in the fourth and came back. He looked adversity in the eyes and said, come get some. But the Broncos defense is going to be a little tricky today. Von Miller is playing. He has an ankle injury. Defensive lineman with an ankle injury, just like Khalil Mack. It can affect them a lot. But meanwhile, the Chiefs have Smith out. They have Mitch Morris out. They have Justin Houston doubtful. Eric Berry is doubtful. So that's a lot of names on the list for injury report. But the brief rewind from the last matchup, Patrick Mahomes proved that with that nice deficit that he was under, 10 points in the fourth quarter, that he can come back. And they really didn't stop him anyway. Possibly, I mean, he's out there throwing with his opposite hand for crying out loud. He put it on the one thing about Patrick Mahomes, he's a young quarterback, indeed, but he puts everything on the line as if it was a championship game. Every game he does that. And if you do that, you'll be a successful quarterback. Like you said, 1 touchdown last game. He had a nice game last matchup, 28 of 45. 304 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Bagged up by Hunt, which was a solid running back. 19 carries, 121 yards with a touchdown. You need a backup. You need a running back in that sense. You need a running back in that sense to help somebody like that. But this great offensive game, I think it's going to be tight like it was last time. It's going to come down to a field goal or 7 points, a last-minute touchdown. I'm not going to take anything from the Broncos because Von Miller can sure come out there and blow it up with the ankle injury. Don't get me wrong. But this game is. I think the Chiefs will win this game because my man Patrick Mahomes is on fire. He lost that one game to the Patriots, and that taught him enough that he played against the bad man, Tom Brady, not Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. Even though I talk a lot of trash about Tom Brady, he got caught cheating a lot of times too. But
some cheating ways. We're not gonna say that.
But after Patrick Mahomes blew out the Bengals, this guy's unstoppable. I thought he would have a lot of trouble with the Bengals. I'm not going to tell you wrong.
I agree with you. I feel that the Chiefs should pull out this one against the Broncos. Broncos, I don't trust their quarterback.
Not at all.
Not at all. And after he cut one quarterback this week, I think it was Chad Kelly.
I think they did. Yeah. No, he got arrested. He got arrested.
He got arrested for breaking into someone's house.
I don't understand that. You're in a professional league.
Yeah, I'm forgetting what quarterback they don't play with because I don't trust them. They have a decent defense, but you already hearing reports that they're thinking about trading some of their receivers. So this game just be for the Chiefs. This is a Chiefs win. Definite. Bonafide Chiefs win. If the Broncos somehow pull it out, then it'll be a good game to watch. It won't be game of the week. I won't say that it's game of the week. I'll say, oh, well, you pull the win out, okay. But the Chiefs will pull out a win.
I think the Chiefs is going to pull out a win as well. I mean, Patrick Mahomes.
Hey, nobody say it better than me. You don't steal mine. You don't steal it like that.
You have to say it that way.
Every kind of sport. If you looked at his the last game that was on last week, and as the NFL was showing, he played baseball, basketball. He made a spectacular play. So Jordan? Patrick Mahomes will pull a win out.
He should.
But I think the Chiefs is going to pull out a win over the Broncos. Mm-hmm. Patrick Mahomes, he's on fire right now. I mean, due to sure they lost one game against the Patriots. That was a physical tested game against Tom Brady.
It was.
But I still feel like the Chiefs, they could be a playoff team. And tonight, they're going to be able to capitalize against that Broncos defense. I mean,
okay. That's what we
Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, good chemistry. Good chemistry.
I feel like the Chiefs are doing what Jacksonville did last year. They just got all these wins, but come next year, they're going to fizzle out. I hate to say that, but it might happen to the Chiefs next year. They might fizzle out next year and just be like how Jacksonville struggled.
Now let me go back to that Lions and Seahawks game.
Oh, recap on it. Go ahead.
I'm recapping the Lions and Seahawks game.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that the Lions will top off the Seahawks. I mean, now don't get me wrong. We all know what Russell Wilson is capable of. We seen it happen during his Super Bowl appearances. We seen it happen during his playoff appearances. But at the same time, after that Super Bowl, it's like he kind of lost that good chemistry due to his receivers being gone. The Legion of Boom fell apart. Cam Chancellor retiring. Earl Thomas getting hurt. Richard Sherman getting traded to the 49ers.
I felt that it was Seattle's coach, Pete Carroll. It was his fault. He made that play. He decided to hold that pass and play at the 1 yard line. And we know it. Everybody knows it. If you look at his previous history back in UFC, he did some things where some stuff was in turmoil. He left.
Right.
So I'm not surprised that he kind of did something wild again to make Seattle lose a particular Super Bowl they should have won. Should have ran the ball with Marshawn Lynch, but that's another debate.
That's a whole other debate. How do you think I want to sit here and talk about this doggone stuff all doggone day about the doggone Lions in Seattle? I don't want to hear about them anymore. I'm trying to move on. The simple fact that y'all come up in here and you think that you want to sit here and talk about the Lions in Seattle all doggone day, that's blasphemy. I'm moving on. Nobody has time to be talking about these guys. Two of the teams that might be the unwatched game in America. But I got the award coming up, folks. So stay tuned. The most unwatched game in America. But Redskins going to New York City. New York. I love it best. The Redskins are on top of the NFCs. Shockingly.
Right. That's shocking.
This win right here could retain their spot on the throne. The Redskins have a good, not great, not good, but good offense. But holding the Cowboys to a lengthy field goal is kind of slim. Y'all should have did a whole lot better than that. But meanwhile, in New York City, where the city never sleeps, don't get me wrong, but the New York Giants, the only thing they've been doing is losing consistently, trades, and almost the closest to the worst ever team in the NFL with some potential. They have potential. They have players. I don't know why. But the Giants haven't won a game since week 3. I feel bad for Giants fans. I even catch a headache watching the Giants play because you sit there and go against the Falcons and you lose. You let them get in the goal line and let their MVP. No, you don't do that. You don't. It's the simple things like that. But that's enough said. There's no chance for the Giants to win this game. Redskins are going to blow out this game. They're going to take this game with a full throttle. It's going to be, I don't care if injuries. They do have Crowder out, but I don't think they have 2 receivers out. But I still think Adrian Peterson, AP, from the Minnesota Vikings to the Redskins, he's going to show out. If he could do what he did to the Green Bay Packers, I can't see nothing compared to that game. He will do it himself. I see Peterson getting 2 touchdowns today. The Giants' defense is poor. They cannot even catch cold water in the pan. That's how I feel about the Giants right now. And I hope Cam Taylor is watching. I hope my co-host is watching. I hope him safe travels, but I hope he is watching. And I know his season's over. And he haven't even he commented back to me in text message. But I want to see this to the fact that when me and Cam Taylor will be on, guys, later today, around the 4:00 games. But I can't wait till I get on there today with him because I want to see his expression. Because he told me, we're going to playoffs. The playoffs? Y'all just trying to win a game. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at your head in my own game like that. But the thing is, hey, the Redskins will win this game today. No doubt in my mind.
I agree.
What game have the Redskins really lost? What games have they lost? What are the 2 teams that have beat?
Don't question. Don't question. My alarm keeps going off on my phone. That's the reason why. Sorry for the interruption.
I still feel that, the Giants are going through a rebuild. We're not going to brush past Eli. Eli has 2 rings for them. That's great. But it's time for a new quarterback. A lot of Giants fans will not admit it, but they will also say, we got Eli and he won us Super Bowls. He's a miracle child. He's better than Peyton Manning. Wait a minute, that's a bold statement. I still feel that maybe the Giants could probably sneak a win out of there against the Redskins. I don't know how they're going to do it. They might do it with a field goal because they could be come back and the Redskins could mess up because Alex Smith ain't consistent all the time.
I know that. That's why I can't see the Chiefs got rid of him.
If the Giants know how, if they really rush Alex Smith very well and pick him off, the Giants can pull out a win.
Hey, viewers, where's my Redskin fans at? My viewers, where are my Redskin fans at? I see you in here.
And I know the Redskins, yes, if y'all don't pull out this win against the Giants and you're on top of the division, that's great. But this could be a game where the Giants can come back and sneak a win out. And then next week, foot on the gas against the Giants. But they made a massive comeback. We could have lost.
I'm not going to sit to the simple fact that my viewers, I have Cowboy and Redskin fans in here. And my mom's a Redskin fan. My godmom's a Redskin fan. So I had it all around me built with the Redskin Cowboys. And the fact that my viewers are in here and the Cowboy fans have the audacity to come in here and talk about the Cowboys right now. You don't even want, I don't even know who y'all play today. I don't even think I got y'all in my books today. Are y'all on the bye week or something?
Cowboys have a bye week.
Oh, about time. We can't hear from them because they lost and then they go on the bye week. So it's a week keep it quiet.
Due to the Redskins and Cowboys game, the Redskins and Giants game.
I mixed you up a little bit.
The Giants just haven't really impressed me this season. I mean, one game since week 3.
You won a game in a lollipop
in week 3?
No.
I mean, they might do something.
And it's the same problem with the Giants. I keep emphasizing it every single time. It is their offensive line.
It's the offensive line. It's
their offensive line.
Because the head coach will throw everybody under the bus.
Because look, you gonna pay Odell all that money.
Head coach would be throwing everybody under the bus.
If I'm part of the Giants organization right now, I would have made Odell take a pay cut, use some of that money to try and improve that offensive line.
One thing, I'm not going to sit there and pay a skilled player like Odell Beckham that much money. Now, I'll pay a quarterback that much money. No, I'm not paying Odell that much money. I'm not paying Antonio Brown that much money. You are a receiver. One play and you're done. One cheap shot and you're done. It's like every other player. Now, you have to sit there and you got an offensive line problem.
Exactly.
You don't sit there and go pay one receiver all the money. He can't catch a pass if you're running.
That money, so when you say paying him that much money, you have to know their name is still big. The New York Giants has that franchise that everybody's gonna know up north. So you can't say they're not gonna give you time. You can't say they're not gonna give you sponsorship. So they did that just for
that's not smart, Reggie. That's not smart. You don't go pay some player that much money. He can't make no. Eli cannot make a play if he don't have an offensive line. You got the guard on the left side and the tackle on the left side.
I will still give Eli credit for getting them to Super Bowl. I will still give him credit for putting his magic on certain teams.
No. The main thing. The main thing is the fact that he sits here and you cannot get a pass out. That it's the same thing that is wrong with many teams. You paying these skilled players and a running back or a receiver. He cannot do nothing if he don't have somebody blocking.
Why don't they trade Eli Manning, send him down to Jacksonville, and take on Blake Ward?
No. Eli should stay in New York. They should end up sending Odell Odell should take a pay cut right now. Somebody should be giving him an offensive line for crying out loud. I understand. Once Odell gets the Giants a Super Bowl, then yes, pay him that money. But he ain't got no Super Bowl. They won that one Super Bowl off a helmet catch. No. It's not no such thing as just as a business. You don't pay one receiver. That's Aaron Rodgers, because you know Aaron Rodgers can make plays regardless of an offensive line or not. But you got to look at this. The Giants don't have none with Odell. The Giants don't have none with Odell.
At the end of the day, I got the Redskins beating the Giants today.
I mean, I do too, but
the
fact is, the blasphemy that he says it's a business. I understand it's a business. But at the end of the day, you just can't pay somebody that much money. Aaron Rodgers gave you no.
Why did Aaron Rodgers get paid all that?
Aaron Rodgers got paid. You trying to act like you don't know who the bad man Aaron Rodgers is? How many teams will pay the money to get Aaron Rodgers? Aaron Rodgers is worth that because look at this. Aaron Rodgers is believe it or not, in the top 5 quarterbacks right now. Drew Brees is number 1. And Aaron Rodgers is far enough number 2. And I get Tom Brady for him. Tom Brady is not better than Tom Brady said it himself in that third at the 60 for 60. The same thing Cam is looking in, but the blasphemy that you hear this guy talking right now. But the fact is that you pay a receiver that much money that he can blow out a calf muscle any time. The fact, but no, Rodgers is one of them quarterbacks that you pay that money to because you know. No, they're definitely not in the same predicament as Green Bay. You don't see us going. No, we have an offensive line. We see it. We won more games than one game in the season. 1-6. Are you kidding me?
I mean, it all depends who shows up today. You don't know.
Odell's not showing up. Eli's not going to get the ball off. Eli's going to throw 2 interceptions today against his Redskin defense. Who they got? Josh Norman?
Yep.
So he got one side of the field gone. He got to throw over here. Eli is nowhere getting it.
So Odell is just going to be used only when they need to do stuff. The other receivers are going to get more touches.
Hey, viewers, share this. Share this. I want more people in here. Share this and share this and share it. Because I need more people to comment in here. I know the Steelers. I got y'all coming up. Cowboy fans, y'all just be Cowboy fans. And Redskin fans, y'all just do what Redskins do today. About time, Cowboys, y'all made a good choice. Jerry Jones got all that good money sitting there. You should go get Odell. Dang it. But the main thing is, let's just take this. I'm going to move on from that. I'm going to come back later. I'm going to come back at 4 o'clock and talk about this because I really want to see this. Oh, yeah. We will be going head-to-head, Cam. I can't wait till you get back in the state of Virginia. See you at 4 o'clock. Holla at your boy at 4 o'clock, top of the hour. But the Browns and Steelers in Heinz Field. The city has been rocked. The Browns and Steelers. I completely understand this damn thing. Oh, that face. I completely understand. Oh, he wants to join now. The audacity that Cam wants to come in and join now. I definitely want them to come in here. I definitely want to see this. Cam, go ahead. Cam, go ahead and send me that invite. You come on up in here too, because I want to hear this. Talk about the doggone Giants. I don't care about no dang Giants. I don't care if you're looking or not. If you don't come on now, I'll see you at 4 o'clock. Top of the hour. But I completely understand winning is not in the favor of the Browns. Let me finish, guys. But I truly say the Browns have came a long way in the last 3 seasons. Uh-oh, Cam is in here. Cam is coming in. This is going to be good. Oh, I can't bring – I already got you on the camera, so I can't bring Cam in because I can't have 3 people at one time. Cam, I can't bring you in right now. I have a special guest on, and it won't allow me to bring you in. I will see you at 4 o'clock, top of the hour. The Browns have came a long way in the last 3 seasons. Majority of the Browns games are lost by 7 or fewer points. Don't get me wrong. Not to mention the last lot. Not to mention that the last matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers was a damn tie. I'm highly upset because y'all tied with the Cleveland Browns. You got the audacity to go to Cleveland and then you sit there and you tie the game with Tyrod Taylor playing 3/4. Tyrod Taylor. How many teams? Not Cam Taylor, Tyrod Taylor. You heard me. But the fact is, he was a starter.
He is a playoff quarterback.
Tyrod Taylor, playoff quarterback. You think that you got the audacity that Tyrod Taylor is the fact that how many teams he's been with and how many playoff appearances have he been as a starter, not a backup?
No, he was a starter with Buffalo.
How many times he got to the playoffs?
They only made it once.
Once, and how long has he been playing?
They did last year.
No, I'm talking about how long have he been playing? in the league.
It had to been about a few years, a couple years.
In one playoff appearance. Can we speak about Tony Romo? Let me not even talk about him. Let me talk about the Steelers. Let me finish this up. After the Steelers suffered a loss against the Ravens, which they did, the team overall changed Big Ben. Big Ben has been making smarter decisions. And I have some Steeler fans in here. They have been making a smarter decision than throwing the ball. We saw it against, I think, with the Bengals defense with 2 minutes left. Big Ben throws a quick slant to Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown takes it for 40 yards. Touchdown. Game over. I believe totally today, Steeler fans, get prepared. I believe Steelers will beat this game, and I think this game will be probably about between 7 or 17 points.
Tyrod Taylor or Andy Dalton?
Definitely Andy Dalton. I would pick him. If Andy Dalton was a better team, definitely.
Tyrod Taylor. I'll take Tyrod Taylor.
You got the audacity to say Tyrod is better than Andy Dalton. That's like saying Kirk Cousins is better than Aaron Rodgers.
Andy Dalton has not proved nothing to me when it comes to playoffs.
That's like saying.
He does not show up. He gets scared.
But Tyrod can't even make another appearance. Andy Dalton has been in many. But let's say this. Furthermore.
Okay, the last meeting to playoffs, he was another person took over.
Look at how much adversity that the Bengals have in the AFC. We might say AFC is weak, but at the end of the day, the times that they go in there and they play, they have to face the Steelers. I mean, that's the Steelers. They have to face the Ravens. They have to play the defensive Ravens that we know. And I'm not taking that, oh, yeah, the Ravens often suck. No, they do not. They can come up. And then you got to face Tom Brady. Now you got to deal with Patrick Mahomes. I don't care. A lot of people say, oh, he's not going to make it because he's young. But the thing is, Patrick Mahomes is a bright quarterback. He has a bright future, better than some of these veterans that's in here. And the simple fact that Colin Kaepernick ain't got a job yet with these poor performance quarterbacks is bothering me. But they all stuck on what he believed in. But the thing is, you got to.
Buffalo has still a lot of things they need to rebuild with.
But to answer my viewer's question, Tyrod or Andy Dalton, I would have to go with Dalton. Dalton is more he's more consistent than Tyrod. I believe so, regardless of what they've both been through.
Tyrod Taylor's really good because he was under your system.
That is true. But listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this. I say for his speed was Tyrod. But far as throwing, I say Andy.
But Tyrod can't prove nothing. Tyrod has a good. He had a okay team with the Browns, and he cannot. Yes, the Browns are good. Look at how they came so far. They can beat some teams with just some dumb coaching mistakes. That's the problem. If Tyrod with that system that he was in, he got hurt. Okay, but you gotta sit there and play smart. I understand your coach is on the sideline saying something, but sometimes you got to be a veteran quarterback and say, Coach, this is wrong. Bite me later.
Did you look at the Hard Knocks? Did you look at what the Browns went through?
I'm not caring about that 0-15 season.
Andy Dalton has not shown that much leadership.
But Andy Dalton's a better overall quarterback. Definite. Tyrod, what has Tyrod did Andy Dalton haven't done?
I want you to get a chance this week. Watch the Hard Knocks of the Browns. Tyrod Taylor showed a lot of veterans and leadership that no one gives him credit because they look at him like, well, oh, you played on the Ravens, you got a Super Bowl ring. He's quiet. So what? He's quiet. But he still took a Buffalo team to the playoffs. A team that hasn't been in the playoffs for a while. Even you know that.
I understand that, but the same thing is you have Bengals. The Bengals defensively have won games. But not only that, I'm saying this because the Browns definitely not going nowhere. They definitely not. Whoever says they do, then they need to go ahead and go with them. But the
Browns can't go for them.
So how many teams have Tyrod been to?
Those teams have been in some overtime and they've lost.
So where have Tyrod been to?
Statistically, it's so rare to see that many games of their team. Browns team to go in that many overtimes and that win.
So how many?
Come back where they're gonna win some games. So right now it's the moment where they're coming up.
So how many playoff appearances? How many teams has Tyrod been with? How many teams has Tyrod been with?
It's only been with 3 teams.
3? I think it's 5 because I've seen more teams. I gotta look them up and I can get you the stats later.
No, he's only been with the Bills. He's only been with the Bills.
All right, 3 teams. It sounds like forever, but he finally got a starting position, and he got a starting position with Buffalo. What did Buffalo do? Nothing. The worst season ever when he was a starting quarterback, and you can quote me on that.
You can't. The whole thing said that once they had drafted a quarterback, we got a future.
It's Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor solid. He didn't say nothing. He got last season when he got benched in one of the Buffalo games. Even Buffalo fans know how do they start a rookie.
So where has Tyrod? Where is Tyrod at right now? He's not injured no more. He's not injured. He's sitting on the bench. And they were so far worried about Baker. Right now, the Browns are saying Baker Mayfield's better right now because they're not putting Tyrod back in.
Right now, Baker is one to start because he's one to do.
So you think Baker is better than Tyrod at the moment?
He doesn't have to say anything because when his number called, he'll be ready. They ready to be ready, like they said.
But I don't. The simple fact that Tyrod has lost his starting position to Baker Mayfield. Do that say neither or less to you, to anybody that believe that Tyrod is better than Andy Dalton? You are kidding me to say Andy Dalton is the last of competition with Tyrod. I cannot believe that. But I'm not going to hold too much on them. We got a whole lot more to talk about because we will spend a long segment on the Ravens and Panthers game, so I won't get a hold to figure this stuff out. But I got the Steelers winning this game by 7 points. It's not going to be a blowout. I can't see that nowhere possible.
For me, as much as I want the Steelers to lose, I just don't see that happening today against the Browns. I mean, that Big Ben and AB connection, man, my God, help me.
Big Ben and Juju. That's a condition now.
So I do got a question. I'm going to answer this because I don't leave my viewers sitting. Asking me how you feel about Amari Cooper's deal to Dallas. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, but I'm going to give you a little squeeze now because I don't want to hold you. I'm going to say this deal was 50-50 both ways. Let me tell you why. 50-50 both ways. Amari Cooper had a concussion. They traded him after he got a concussion. So he sits out for at least 2 or 3 weeks with a concussion. So that's concussion protocol. He might sit out longer. That's a poor decision by Dallas because he's out. He's out another 2 weeks with a concussion. That's the huge deal. Now, for the Raiders, you're ignorant. Not ignorant, ignorant. And the fact that the Raiders paid, I don't even want to go too far and come talk about the Raiders. The Raiders paid a coach $100 million. Y'all best to get used to losing because who does that? He can't do nothing but play call.
Okay, just because they made that trade, I feel that what they're doing, you have to look.
They don't have Lynch no more. They don't have Khalil Mack. How dumb can this team be?
You have a coach that did not draft these players, and these players didn't want to.
You have a coach that's been out the league for almost 10 years.
He's an old school coach.
Old school. That don't mean nothing. Sometimes you can hire a dumb coach like you hire a dumb player.
Because you can understand, he took a risk. He's gonna have these. He's got 3 draft picks.
That's an unnecessary risk. You can take risks, but not like that.
When he moved to Vegas, he's backed up some stock picks. We're
So-
gonna sit back and say, why did he make these trades? Yeah, it sounds crazy, but maybe
It is crazy.
It is crazy now.
It's stupid now. All you guys, Jordy Nelson.
A lot of Raiders are tanking. We don't want to admit it, but they are tanking.
And not to mention that they don't have Crabtree.
You're gonna get rid of your receivers like that. You only got Jordy Nelson. You got Lynch is out for the remainder of the season, and then you turn around. The person you should be getting rid of is Carr right now. With all these quarterbacks that are undrafted and need a job position, you got Carr sitting back there throwing interceptions.
That's why he's still there. He got rid of his 2 defense. One of his players. That was a little bit of a bold statement to get rid of. I didn't expect him to do that, but he did. And now the receiver thing, okay, so it's like, okay, you got 3 first-round picks in this year's draft. So they're going to be drafting a defensive player and an offensive player. So we got to look and be ready, like, how are they going to scout these players? They're going to scout players very well.
I got to see it to believe it.
Maybe Derek Carr might not be there, and maybe Jacksonville needs to call and say, hey, you can put over there Derek Carr.
I think it's stupid that they traded Amari Cooper.
Maybe not even Derek Carr. Maybe Derek Carr goes to Buffalo.
I think it's stupid.
Right now, they need a quarterback.
Well, let me get to this topic because I don't even want to talk about that game anymore. Because I mean that question, because it's stupid that the Raiders are trading these people and they don't have no resource. It's just like the Cowboys getting rid of Dez Bryant. They didn't pick nobody up with Amari Cooper. And you telling me you didn't? Cowboys did it stupid. When Jason Witten retired, they should have went to Jason Witten like Greg Fenario said in week 2 when we were talking. It was dumb that they even let them 2 go. You should have said, let me get 1 more year and win a championship. Now your team is crumbling. But let me move on. The Ravens, this is going to be a good one. And I want y'all to, before the Ravens fan and the Panther fan even chime in, let me say what I got to say, and I might have to cut this one short. Y'all have 2 Smiths out. You have a receiver out, and you have a linebacker out today. Ravens don't have nobody out that can go, they go lose. The last few weeks for the Ravens have been a very much toss-up. First, surrendering a first loss to Drew Brees and company. Not only to say the week before that, they brutalized the Titans' defense while collecting a team record of 11 sacks. Will it happen again? Definite. Not 11, but I get them maybe 3 to 5 sacks today. Keeping Cam Newton contained, not letting him get out the pocket, and limiting his running, and limiting Christian McCaffrey's running, if I said that right. Mm-hmm. The guy to beating the Panthers is keeping Cam Newton contained. So you keep him contained, you keep him in the pocket, it limits him from running, getting outside the pocket, and that's how you crumble the Panthers' offense.
Carolina fan, Cam has not did that much running.
He did some unnecessary running. But let me finish, Reggie. Let me get to y'all's part. I think Reggie might have connection issues. Let's see. Okay, you back. Never mind. You froze up for a minute. I was trying to make sure you were good. But let me finish. Meanwhile, in Carolina, Cam has a slight issue. He's down with 1 receiver right now, and that can make a huge impact on a quarterback, believe it or not. And that can make a huge dent in offense. But look at this. The main thing right here, per social media, ESPN, the Panthers head coach commented that Cam Newton has limited practice this week through Wednesday to Friday. That's huge. That limited practice consisted that he had some trouble throwing with the right shoulder that he had surgery with in 2017. And the large question is, well, to myself, I'm going to answer these questions. The Panthers' offensive line can hold the Ravens' defense. We thought the Titans' defense can do. Titans' offense can do that, and we sure saw what happened to a mobile quarterback in Marcus Mariota. How will Cam Newton protect that shoulder? Because believe it or not, we go, Cam Newton's great. Okay, and we can argue because you're a Panther fan, but the same sense that Cam Newton has been truly. What's y'all's record?
Our record is
4-2, I believe. But it is some inconsistency with Cam Newton with fumbling the ball while running. That's another thing. That shoulder injury is going to cause him to rethink some of the things that he did today. You might think differently, but in this game right here, defensively, coming out of this game, I know what the Panthers are capable of, but in my opinion today, before I let y'all 2 go at it and I'll moderate the conversation, today's game going to Carolina, I believe the Ravens will win this game, not because Marcus is sitting right here beside me, not because you're right there. It's the main thing that the Ravens defense is dangerous. And I'm the fact that I believe Cam Newton's not going to get out of pocket. Cam Newton's going to be worried about that shoulder. One drop on that shoulder today. Wait, is it Suggs? Suggs. And that's going to be the main guy. Cam Newton's going to be scrambling. He's going to throw an interception today. He might get 2 touchdowns, but he's going to throw an interception, at least one today. I see it coming. I see it happening today. Ravens win this game by 10 points. Justin Tucker kicking a long field goal, 55-yard to win the game today. I see it. Go at it, Marcus. You got it.
Now, I know that it was a devastating loss last week between the Ravens and the Saints. Justin Tucker missing that field goal to tie the game up. It was a devastating loss, and his reaction shows it. Now, I still believe that despite that missed kick, that extra point, he has never missed an extra point kick in his entire career. But I still believe that Justin Tucker is one of the best kickers in the league. There's no doubt in my mind. But I feel like today he's going to improve on his kicking. Justin Tucker is going to do what Justin Tucker do. Now, far as the Ravens overall, Joe Flacco, he should feel at home in Charlotte. He is 3-1 in games at NFC South cities by throwing 10 touchdown passes and 1 interception. That's a 123.4 passer rating. Now, he's going against a Panthers defense that only allowed 13 completions and traveled 20 yards in the air. I feel like today, Joe Flacco, he's going to throw at least maybe 3 touchdowns today against the Panthers. 1 with John Brown, 1 with Willie Snead, and maybe another one with one of his tight ends. And that Ravens defense, don't get me started. That Ravens defense, they going Wink Martindale, our defensive coordinator, he's going to deliver a game plan. He's going to have some type of scheme to blitz Cam Newton, make sure he doesn't scramble, gets out the pocket, and try to get some sacks on him. I feel today, if the Ravens can do that, the Ravens can be successful in a win today.
All right, time out. I see my fans, not fans, but followers. I got one of my high school buddies in here, and first time seeing me in a long time. Share this podcast because I need more people. I love more viewers, and we do it every Sunday, 10:45 top of the hour. You'll see me 4 o'clock top of the hour too today. But I'm gonna give Reginald Boston, the Carolina Panthers fan, I'm gonna give you about. I gave Marcus about a minute and a half. I'm gonna give you about a minute and a half to give you a point.
All right. I mean, I heard all the information on what the Ravens can do and how they're gonna stop us. That's great. I love the game. But I feel that Carolina can pull a win out. We showed it against the Eagles, and that's the Super Bowl champion. We came back in the fourth quarter and won that game. So this game is going to go back and forth, but Carolina's going to pull a win out. We're going to get an interception on Joe Flacco. We're going to sack Joe Flacco. And then we're going to stop your receivers. Now, your running game, you're going to run on us. I believe you're going to do that.
Agree.
The defensive line is trying somehow, but you still have to get past Luke Kuechly. Because you know Luke Kuechly is going to hit you. That's the big man. That's the big man that's going to hit you. But I also feel that you say it's going to come down to a field goal. I feel that y'all miss this. You're going to miss another field goal. And it's going to be very big. going to be a big game. But Carolina's going to pull a win out, and it's going to be it's going to be a high-scoring game. We're going to go back and forth. But in that fourth quarter, Carolina's going to pull a win. And we're going to talk about it next week. We're going to talk about it at class. But you're going to tell them, did you see the game, Rich? I did. And it was a good win.
Did you see the game, Marcus? Yeah, I did.
And I'm just gonna be there just laughing myself off because I know what.
Cass, look what Darwin said.
What he said? I can't see the comment. Did he comment in here?
Yes, he's watching the.
Oh, I know. We'll figure it out. We'll talk to Darwin pretty soon. This game is going to be good. Don't get me on my mind. Mm-hmm. But let me see. Oh, man. Let me get to my comments.
Read the comments, big fella.
The fact. Oh, I'm reading comments. I read comments, and I wait. Darwin, Ram 7-0. Oh, okay. All right. I just saw the comment, my guy. We'll talk about. We got that game coming up, so don't go too far.
We talked about the Bears game. We already.
Yeah, we gonna recap most of the games. I finally got the Bears. I got the Bears winning the day, I think. Yeah, I got the Bears winning the day. Colts and Raiders. The most unwatched game in America award goes to the Colts and the Raiders. There's 2 awards coming out today. I got a runner-up, so stay tuned. The most unwatched game in America. Literally, this game can go either way. The Raiders don't have Lynch, who was out for the rest of the season.
The game would be the 49ers against the Cardinals.
I said the runner-up coming too soon, Reggie. Dang it. Neither team are catching fire anywhere, and neither one of these teams. The biggest mistake the Raiders could have made, as I made earlier, is $100 million to a head coach that can't play but do play calling. You don't do that for somebody sitting on the sideline. He cannot do much in the game but give the game plan every week. I can see if he was a high performance coach. I can see if he was a Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick ain't making that much money.
Back in the day, he did win a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay.
One? So you think how much Bill Belichick? I wonder how much Bill Belichick is making right now.
He's a great.
So if he was so good at football right now, he would have made the trades that he made. He wouldn't have been 1-5, I believe. No, they close to it too. But the fact that you tell me this man is good, so you
to win this game, the Colts have not showed me anything.
So you want somebody.
Colts don't have no offensive line. Andrew Luck doesn't look the same.
So you want
him to come back from injury, and Andrew Luck looking a little bit like he's shaky, a deer in headlights.
So you telling me that the Raiders are smart by getting this coach for $100 million?
Yes. Because he's already making moves for next year.
Making moves for next year? What moves he making next year? Because I haven't heard anything.
Why would you give your own intel on what you got planned for next year? Just be ready.
He ain't got nothing planned. If he had some plan, he would be bringing it right now to be testing it out.
Everybody may challenge me and be on him and say he's crazy for these moves, but it might come back and like, well, dang, you made smart moves.
And I'm gonna come back next year and say same thing.
They did the same thing years ago. They were making some bold moves. We questioned it. Like, what are they doing?
If the Raiders was making smart moves, how come they got rid of Khalil Mack? How come they got rid of Amari Cooper?
Okay. So players that you can get.
I'm just saying.
You telling me.
I'm just saying.
Marcus, all the players that if you know they don't want to play with.
But you paying this man, you paying this coach $100 million, Reggie.
Okay. Sometimes you have to go through it to figure out you got to give up your chess move.
If I have $100 million, I would use some of that to find decent talent who can make decent plays, who can help my team, my organization out.
The fact is, the main thing is, I don't want to talk about him no more. But no, listen to this though. Look at the short term. You can't keep looking at the long term always. They traded Khalil. They traded Khalil Mack, who is showing off almost every game for the Bears.
That's good for the Bears.
Listen though, Reggie. Listen. Then you go ahead and you trade Amari Cooper. You ain't got no receivers, but just Jordy Nelson. You ain't got Lynch no more. You got to think about this. You got to have some veteran receivers, but then you got to go out there and branch out and get somebody, but you cannot wait so much longer. You got Derek Carr in his middle year. No more younger years, no more. Derek Carr is there.
All they have is Nelson.
Who you got? You got Carr. You got Carr, Nelson, and the defense. Offense gone. You got to take consideration that injuries do happen. Silver and Black figure it out. Next year we talk the same thing.
And not to mention the Raiders, they got rid of Crabtree. He's with us now.
So that's stupid moves. Stupid moves.
Needed a receiver, so you can't get mad if Derek Crabtree rips you up. You needed a receiver. You tried to get Dez Bryant. Dez Bryant didn't want to come there.
I wouldn't come to a team either.
We made a smart move.
I wouldn't come to a team either like the Raiders right now. You paying $100 million for a coach.
That's okay.
That's okay. So you would like the Panthers to pay $100 million for a coach.
Okay, but if I know where this is going and he has a track
So where's it going?
record of
He ain't got no track record of winning. He got one championship. Congratulations.
And how many years is in his contract as a head coach?
Is it 10? 10 years of losing?
It's only the first year.
10 years of losing. Your first year shows you a lot. You can learn a little bit, and then you can just be stupid. You can be stuck on stupid.
It's okay because when it comes back from next year into the year on, the Raiders are going to be good.
All these coaches in the NFL, all these coaches in college football,
It's a roller coaster, sir. It's a roller coaster.
all these coaches in NFL, all these coaches in college football wants a doggone job, and you pay this man $100 million. Coach will take $5 million to coach a team like that, but you gonna pay a scrub and a coach to come off his couch at home to coach your team, and he's not doing a job. He should be released. 1 year, yes.
You're saying that now because
No.
you're like,
No,
well,
it's stupid. It's stupid.
You're just saying
It's
because
stupid.
of what's there because they're not winning.
It's poor enough that Hugh Jackson still has a
Next
job.
year, they're going to be better than what we think. Because analysts are going to say the same thing we're saying. We're saying, this is horrible right now. Why are you gutting your franchise? Right now, maybe he saw...
Name another team that did that. Name another team that did that in this era. Don't go back this era. That's gutted that team and did better.
Rams.
When did the Rams? How many people did they relieve? As long as last time I checked, they still got Jared Goff, and they had him for the last 3 years.
Go back here.
Huh?
It took the Rams a minute to get to where they're at now.
The Rams have been the same team. The Rams win 7 games. Okay, they went undefeated. God's on their side. After today,
No,
it's going to be downhill.
Before even got their head coach. Let's go back a little bit. Because you remember their former head coach. What was it, Jeff Fisher?
But the fact is, the Rams still ain't went to no playoff. They could win 7 games. Congratulations. Every team can win a lot of games, but they didn't get to that point where they lose out 1 game, and that's over from there.
Just to look at the Carolina Panthers, for example. Y'all went undefeated. Then y'all lost 1 game. Then y'all went to the Super Bowl. Then y'all lost in the Super Bowl.
Look at the Patriots.
Not because not only was y'all that good team, but it was also because Cam Newton, he was kind of feeling himself. He got too comfortable, and that's what caused the Panthers to lose.
It's not because you can go a perfect season, but it's been so long since a perfect season team has won a Super Bowl. I think the last team was Dolphins.
A perfect season win Super Bowl.
It was the Dolphins.
It's not that the fact. Okay, perfect team regardless. Look at how Bill Belichick does his offense. He don't release everybody and go, "Oh, I'm gonna win one day." He don't.
First of all, Belichick is already plotting on what he wants for next year.
It's Bill Belichick. If he was smart.
You throw him off the street. He will play you or cut you the next week.
So you telling me that Bill Belichick, so Bill Belichick went through that with Tom Brady before the Tuck rule happened.
Okay, so
But look at the team they had. They played in the snow.
he was going to get cut in the documentary.
He was going to get cut, but it was a rule that helped him. A rule, not a coach getting paid $100 million.
If the rule didn't go for him, he was going to get cut. Belichick was
That's the rule. This is not the cut. You talking about paying a coach $100 million. You don't see the Steelers doing that. You don't see the 49ers doing that. You don't see the Packers doing that. You don't see nobody. People pay people $100 million to be a franchise player.
Regardless of the winning or losing kids, regardless, they have a plan.
That's no plan. There's no plan. If you don't have no plan if you're 1-6. You don't have no plan. You don't lose like that. If you're gutting the team for a reason, you got to win the games and say, okay, this is the reason.
So right now they're failing. But when next year comes around,
They're not. They're still going to be doing the same thing. Same thing. Tell me when the last time the Raiders were successful.
Last time they were successful was maybe 2006, not 2016 or 2015 season.
You think the Raiders? When would 2006 sound more appropriate? But to say 16, I don't see them in the last decade being successful.
They had a different head coach. They had a different head coach. I think it was 2006.
Are you talking about the year when the Oakland Raiders went, I believe 13-3, like what was it, 2015, 2016?
Yeah.
That was by the grace of God.
But they got in.
Did they win the Super Bowl? Did they go anywhere further than the first round? They lost to the Cowboys in that playoff. They lost to I think it was the Cowboys, and when Derek Carr jumped in the pylon and fumbled out of bounds. So you want to cut somebody, cut the doggone quarterback. He's inconsistent.
Now let's switch gears with the game.
But I believe today, defensively, Colts will win this game today. Colts, no doubt in my mind.
Raiders will get the win.
We'll see. 4:00, top of the hour.
I got the Colts winning.
The Colts winning that game. There's no way possible. You done gutted you talking about gutting your team and learning. This could be the learning opportunity right here. And they're going to learn a lot today against Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck might get his luck today.
Yeah.
So Andrew Luck's offensive line has not shown me anything.
The Raiders ain't showed me nothing. You talking about that doggone it? You talking about a team ain't showing nobody nothing? You go on with them.
Name one starting player on that offense for the Colts.
Oh, the Colts?
Yes.
You got what's his name? I forgot his name, man. The receiver.
What receiver? What receiver?
Not RT. I forgot his name. I can't think about him. He's playing today. I have to go back and look at it, but I can't remember his name. He's a receiver, a good receiver. Better than you have your receivers on your team.
T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hilton is his name. T.Y. Hilton. You was as high with them right now? Carlos high with them right now? As a running back? He's a running back. We cannot name half of your damn team. This is the blasphemy I'm talking about.
Really?
Yeah. Cam Newton.
So you want me to name
him? Name him. You're a Panthers fan. I agree. You're a Panthers fan. You should know your lineup. Yeah, you should. You should know your team.
We're talking about the Raiders right now.
But you came on to the Colts, so I'm going to ask you, if you think it's so much of good of the Panthers, name me somebody than Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey.
DJ Moore, Greg Olsen. Let's see. What's his name? Adams.
That's the fact that I'm getting to. You're a Panthers fan. You can't name more than 3 players.
3 players, okay. But I'm still there for them for all the games.
I ain't say you won't go. I ain't say you gone. No, not once in my life I say you gone. But let's move on from that Colts and Raiders game.
I've never gone to a Carolina Panthers game, so that's what you're factoring in. Have you been to a Green Bay game?
I know my team. You don't got to go to a game and not know your team. If you're a diehard fan, you're supposed to know. If you're a diehard fan, you're supposed to know. But you're supposed to know a good percentage of your team.
I know a good percentage of it. No, but we can. I've been there. I've been through the Super Bowl losses. I've been through.
I said name some.
I can't name you 2 receivers.
2. Let's move on. I got more of my podcast to run and talk about some damn Panthers and some Raiders. God. So today, my Packers play the Rams in LA. It's going to be the greatest. This should be the game to be on TV today. Indeed. And I already know you're going to say something out of the way because, it's the Packers.
Most watched game.
It should be the most watched game because Green Bay's coming off a well-needed bye week. Rodgers healed enough to take off his knee brace. That means good. He's practiced this week, full participant in all games. But look, defensive line. Okay, hold on. Let me speak first. Before you go speak defensive line, I make you look very crazy. Because you're going to look very crazy if you say defensive line will be key for them today. They ain't got nobody in the secondary, and I can assure you for that. But look at this. A wide receiver core is healthy. Only person on there is Randall Cobb, and he's playing today. Everybody else off the radar. Only person on the question is Randall Cobb. Nobody else on the team is on there. Offensive line is healthy. Completely. Not halfway, not this way, not no way. They're completely healthy. And you can check the report. It's already out there. But then you have the same thing. Packers defense is healthy too. Jared Goff, he's a scrub. He hasn't played. Who have the Rams played to say, hey, they played a great team. They beat a great team. What's Seattle? They barely beat the Seattle Seahawks by 2 points. They're skinning past teams. They're not beating teams. No, it's the fact that, they're 7-0. Congratulations. You won a grand prize of nothing. But the same thing is the fact that you are barely passing by teams. One loss and your season's over with. You're going to lose from there. That's how the Rams team is. And the day to say that, the LA Rams are trying to remain their spot for obvious 7-0 only team. And the same thing, Kadama Kasu and Brockers, both defensive tackle and defensive end starting, both had ankle injuries, and one had a reported shoulder injury. They're not on the injury report, but they were injured on the report the whole entire week and only practiced 1 day. So you're gonna have what's the other defensive tackle? Arnold Darnold, Aaron Darnold. Okay, whoop-de-doo. You see what Aaron Rodgers did against the Bears defensive line. And if you want to say the Bears defensive line is not nowhere compared to the Rams, then you lost your mind because they are close with Khalil Mack. Okay, who they got? Past Darnold, past Kadama Kasu and Rockers. Who else?
I'm sorry.
Huh?
I'm getting text messages just out of nowhere right now.
Oh, well, you didn't hear me. Who can you name past defensive line in the Rams? Not on the offensive side, defensive. Secondary. I said no Kadama Kasu. I said nobody on the defensive line. Yeah, secondary.
You can't say Akeem Talib because he's hurt.
Cooper Kupp is out.
I was gonna say the same thing you were gonna say, Marcus, but
it's nobody.
You can't say. Well, I guess you wait. I don't know if Marcus Peters is or isn't hurt.
The fact that Aaron Rodgers don't have a knee brace, his knee is still hurting. Obvious. If you went through an injury like he did, okay. But it don't matter if you contain Aaron Rodgers to the pocket or you let him get outside of the pocket. It's worse if you let him get outside the pocket, which today I don't see the defensive line really contributing to Aaron Rodgers getting sacked today. He's going to dance all the way. If you keep him even contained, it's one thing that he can do. It's only a couple quarterbacks can do that. Breeze, Tom Brady, and Rodgers. Nobody else in the NFL you can keep contained and he still throw darts. Name me somebody else. Who?
Patrick Mahomes.
Who? Phillip Rivers? He can barely win a game. What he won? How many games have they won? They can't. every time they get like that, they still don't manage to get to the playoffs, or they creep into it, and guess what? They creep and the door shut on their foot. Who is Phillip Rivers? How many championships have he won? How many playoff attempts have he won?
Phillip Rivers has been to the playoffs. He's been like maybe 3 times to the playoffs.
3 times? He's probably 12-year veteran.
But you can't brush past what Phillip Rivers has been doing.
I'm not worried about no Phillip Rivers. I'm not worried about him.
You said name a quarterback.
But the main thing, he cannot be consistent in the pocket. If he's consistent, he'll be a playoff capable team. I've said it on numerous quarterbacks. Only reason I don't put Ben Roethlisberger in it because Ben is a pocket passer. He cannot run. Peyton Manning cannot run. Eli can't run. Phillip Rivers damn sure can't run. And you say that shit, Tom Brady should be able to run.
Joe Flacco should be able to run.
Who you want to keep? But the thing is, I'm getting to. Name me a better. Okay, who's your top 3 quarterbacks right now? I want to hear this. I definitely want to hear this. Top 3, not 5, 3.
My
top 3.
Number 3, I'm gonna go with Tom Brady. Number 2, gonna go with Phillip Rivers. And number 1, I'm going with Drew Brees.
Phillip Rivers shouldn't even be in the top 10. That's blasphemous to put Phillip Rivers there. And top 3? Top 3? Are you serious? When Phillip Rivers even wins a playoff game, he's been to 3 of them, but he lost them.
Wait, he said top 3? You said
top 3. Breeze, Phillip Rivers, and Tom Brady.
In the game right now?
No, in the game right now. We're not talking about old, back in the day, NFL just starting quarterbacks. We talking about now. The fact that if Phillip Rivers got hurt, he will not come back in the game. Tom Brady got hurt. He definitely won't come back in the game. We can cry about that little hand injury. Ooh, that's a hand injury. But the only quarterbacks that will get hurt and come back in the game that you can really name in history is really Rodgers, Brett Favre. That Breeze will come back. I'll say Breeze will come back. Cam will not come back. He will not. If he come back, all the games that he came back in, guess what? He threw an interception after the fact that he got hurt. And you can name the games that he did that. Every game he come back in, the shoulder injury. Check him today. He gets hit one good time. Check him today. The concussion game.
Cam has made the progress. He has been developing.
I never once said that he didn't make progress.
You have to understand, as a Carolina fan, we have seen it through the history of this season. This is actually the first season I've seen him more in the pocket, and I can say that's actually a good.
Well, how many times have y'all went 4-2 and then dropped off and then make the playoffs, or 4-2 and get the playoffs and lose?
Through the years of me with Cam, we have made it to the playoffs.
How many times out of his career?
How many times have we made it to the playoffs?
In his career.
I would say we made five times to the playoffs.
And how many times have he been there? I mean, he hasn't won every time.
Yes, the only teams we have gotten close, the only teams we have ever lost in the playoffs is Seattle, it's the Saints, and I think that's about, and then, yeah, that's about it. And then we lost to Arizona years ago. That was the last time.
But
because I know there's 3 teams we have always had struggle with. We had a struggle with Seattle years ago. We had a struggle with the Saints, and we had a struggle with the Cardinals this year. This is what, when Big Ben and what's his name? That used to be the quarterback for Arizona years ago. This is when Arizona and the Steelers won the Super Bowl.
Oh, you talking about Kurt Warner?
Yeah,
that's Warner. Kurt Warner, one of the greatest, probably the greatest quarterback to ever play. I put him on top number 1. He's the only one to go arena and professional and win the championship. Whoever did that, who else?
I would love to see him be a head coach for somewhere.
He's not. He probably won't do it.
I mean, I think he will.
He's already in the analyst booth. He's not going anywhere else. They paying him top dollar to be there.
Well, shoot. No one thought that the Raiders would go out there and go get their head coach.
Yeah, ignorant people. Ignorant.
Exactly. So that's like him saying, hey, Green Bay, we need a quarterback coach. You trying to be our quarterback coach?
But this is the thing, though. If I'm gonna go back to my subject with the Packers and Rams going in LA. If Rodgers is not contained, if he is contained, he's gonna pick the Rams apart. Secondarily wise, because Kadama Kasu in the offense, the defense is gonna be so ready to pounce on Aaron Rodgers because he's hurt. Oh. But guess what? He's gonna get so many false starts today. So many defensive pass interference. It's gonna be ugly. I'm not going to say it's going to be an ugly game where we blow them out. They blow us out. No, I'm not saying that.
It's going to be a lot of roughing the passer.
I don't think it'll be rough and pass. They're not going to get close to Rodgers. They might sack him once or twice. Give or take that. But in the same sense, this match is going to be tough. But Jared Goff is not going to stand to the Packers defense. When the Packers defense is healthy, which they are now coming off a bye week, Jared Goff is not the brightest of quarterbacks. The only reason they've been winning games is because their defensive line. But right now, the defensive line is banged up, and they catching Green Bay on the time when Green Bay is going up. But in the same sense, today's game, it will be their day of reckoning. Goff will meet his match with Clay Matthews and Mike. Clay is going to get to Jared Goff. There's no problem about it. Now, rough and passer probably will be called because we're in L.A. Ooh, right. But Mike Daniels on the defensive line. You got